A new website is helping military families connect and remember their loved ones after they're gone. Military Families United has a registry. It's open to everybody. It lets everyday people send a personal thank you. Well, President of Military Families United, Merrilee Carlson, lost her son Michael back in 2005, and Brian Jodice, also from Military Families United. He's the communications director, and they're here today to talk about this organization and how you're helping. Good to see you both. Yeah. And Merrilee, I know we want to talk about your son. I'm going to get to that in just a minute, but first let's tell everybody about the news, which is this new registry that's open. Brian, why don't you tackle that one for us?
What we've done is we've created an online database, and it's a comprehensible database, and it's every fallen hero from World War II to present. So it is every single person who's given their life in defense of the nation since World War II. And
how in the world did you compile
it's amazing.
that?
It's amazing. It is amazing. Thanks to a lot of help from the Department of Defense. We have all the official lists, and we have created this database as an online monument to the fallen. And you can go back and you can search your hometown. You can search someone maybe you know that gave their life. And it's a really emotional, it's a really cool thing that we've started. We're really happy about it.
It's very cool. I actually went online and checked it out myself. And what I really liked about it was when you click on the name, up comes a whole profile page of the person who's fallen, a fallen hero, and you get to know this person on a much more personal level than just a name in a data book. You know, it's like it tells about them.
And that's exactly right. That's exactly why we did it, because you know there are so many names that have been lost, and you want to know the story of these heroes, and that's why Michael is in the registry, and that's why Merrilee has added a tribute to him. It's so you can tell about how they lived, because there's so much about how they died, but it's so important about how they lived their lives.
Absolutely. The important part is to get families, not just moms, to tell the story, but there's many eyes that have watched these young men and women grow up and live their life. And so even the buds who served with them can go on and tell the story, not just of that last moment, but of what they like to do, how they served, why they served. You know, I met a mother yesterday, Sean, and she said that he always wanted to be a Marine. He didn't have to stay in. He was out. He stayed to take care of the guys he served with. Those are the stories that help us remember and honor on Memorial Day.
We hear that a lot about our heroes, how they always wanted to do this, and this was just something they had to do. So it doesn't surprise me that you said that, Merrilee. Your son, Sergeant Michael Carlson, he lost his life in 2005 in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Tell us how it happened.
Well, he was with the Deuce out of the 1st ID. He was a Bradley machine gunner, and they were on a night mission to take out a gun factory. It was one of their final missions the week before the last election. And he didn't lose his life that night. When the Bradley rolled over into the water, he courageously dove into the water to open the rear hatch, and he gave his life to save 2 of the men in his unit. And he gave his life not only for those, but also for the people of Iraq, for the people of the United States, and for you and for me.
A true hero there, and his story is vividly told on his registry website page. He actually, from what I read, dove in time and again, repeatedly, and the water was cold.
It was terribly cold. Yeah. They were underwater. They were up against a wall. So even when he got the door open, he couldn't open it enough to get the guys out. It had to wait until the unit first of all found them and realized they were gone, get there, then the tow tracks broke a couple of times. So he literally did give his life for his friends.
Was he a burly guy that people would call on to kind of do the
pictures of him?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he was known as Shrek, okay? Picture Shrek the character. He thought the character was created after him, and but he was all about taking care of his friends, and he was the big guy. He's the only guy in that Bradley that underwater could have opened that door.
Quite a tribute. Was this what happened with this loss in your family? Was that what spurred your involvement in Military Families United?
Well, actually, Michael is. Michael talked about, he wrote a credo in 2000 that the only way that you can live forever in this day and age is to live on in the people you have affected. Sharing Michael's story continues to affect the people of our country as they learn about Shrek, they learn about the men he served with, the men and women of our military, the courageous people who defend and protect our freedoms. Sharing that story is taking care of his people, his friends, and making sure that our country honors and remembers them completely.
Absolutely. Brian, on the registry, the registry page, this is an area where people can go in, as I said, and kind of research. But your organization also has other activities that you do, right? I mean, there's a camp, right?
Sure. Well, when we were founded in 2005, we were founded by Gold Star parents, those who have lost someone in combat. But we had blossomed since then, and Blue Star families who have loved ones who are active duty, veterans, patriotic Americans. I mean, that's what Military Families United is all about. And in that light, we are also there to support those who fight and serve their families. And that's what Camp Desert Kids does. That's a program we have. Essentially what we do is we take this camp all over the country, and it's a one-day camp for children whose parents are deployed or getting ready to deploy. And they come in and they learn about Afghanistan. They learn about life in theater. They learn about what's going on over there, so the kids can be a little bit more comfortable with where mom or dad is at. It's kind of take some of the unknown away, make them comfortable, let them try the food, and show them that, kids in Afghanistan are a lot like them. They go to school, they play soccer, they do a lot of the same things they do, so that's one of the things that Camp Desert Kids tries to do.
Yeah, such a great program.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And, and as a kid who grew up in a military house, as I did in an Air Force home, I would have loved to have this camp around when my dad went to the desert, during Desert Storm. So it's a great thing to have for kids to come in, get a little more comfortable, and just kind of see everything could be okay, and they can be a little bit more comfortable with it.
Well, it's great to have you both here today, especially poignant now that it's Memorial Weekend. So we appreciate your coming in.
Thank you.
And of course, we all want to be honoring all of our heroes and our fallen heroes especially. So the website to get to it, goldstarfamilyregistry.com.
Exactly.
Brian Jodice and also Merrilee Carlson. Thank you so much for coming in today. Appreciate it.